confident, analytical, and slightly dramatic. The chart loads, candles still jittering from the weekend shock, and you open with a simple question. Is Cardano quietly setting up a bigger move into year-end, or just catching its breath? Right now, ADA trades around 70 cents on Coinbase, roughly 69 to 72 cents over the last day, about 16 to 25% lower than a week ago after the market's flush. Its all-time high is $3.10 from September 2021, so we're still down big versus the peak. But price is only half the story. The other half is behavior. Into and after the crash, large holders bought the dip. Multiple trackers report whales adding tens to hundreds of millions of ADA, with funding turning cautiously positive again as traders re-engaged. One sample, more than 200 M ADA accumulated after the worst of the sell-off, with a key upside level flagged near 86 cents, then $1.01 to $1.12 above that. Short-term structure matters. Spot and derivatives data show ADA wicked as low as $1.61 during the panic before bouncing back toward the 70s. That prints a clear line in the sand at around $1.61 support, with sellers defending the mid-80-cent range for now. Zooming out, the fundamental arc is the Voltaire era. Cardano's push to full on-chain governance with a decentralized constitution and formal voting. Think governance committee, permanent processes, community-driven upgrades. That narrative is a slow burn, but it's real, and it's the kind of catalyst that can pull in longer horizon capital when risk appetite returns. News flow this week sits on two rails. First, macro. The tariff shock triggered forced liquidations across crypto and dragged ADA with it. No mystery there. Second, Cardano-specific flows. Post-crash coverage highlights that whales accumulated and selling pressure fell about 50%. Signs of stabilization, not capitulation. So, how do we trade the rest of October, and what's a reasonable end of 2025 roadmap? Near term, watch three levels. Support, about a 61-cent low during the panic. Lose it, and you likely revisit the 50s range. First resistance, 86 cents. A daily close above opens a path to the dollar magnet. Breakout band, $1 to $1.12. Reclaim and hold, and momentum funds usually follow. Now, end of 2025 scenarios. Framed, not fantasized. Conservative or base. Macro stays choppy but improving. BTC grinds higher, and governance milestones keep Cardano in the conversation. ADA pushes into 90 cents to $1.20 by year-end. That aligns with several mainstream outlooks, putting October ranges in the mid-60s to mid-70s, with room higher on a breakout. Constructive, bull, ETF flows stabilize, risk appetite returns, and Cardano clears 86 cents and the $1 to $1.12 band on volume. ADA tags $1.40 to $1.60 into late Q4 as sidelined capital rotates back into high-liquidity L1s. Stretch. If the broader market rips into the holidays, say BTC pushes fresh highs and governance headlines land well, ADA can attempt $1.80 to $2 probe. Several analysts have floated $2 as a technical extension in strong conditions once a dollar holds. Beyond that belongs in 2026 talk. Risk checks you should state plainly on air. If $1.61 breaks decisively, plans change. That level is your invalidation for the post-crash rebound. Watch ETF flow prints and the dollar index. If flows bleed and DXY firms, rallies stall. And remember, ADA's competition in L1s, speedy chains with buzzy ecosystems, can siphon momentum if Cardano's on-chain activity doesn't keep pacing. Cardano sits near $1.70 tonight, with whales buying the weakness and a governance story still unfolding. The roadmap says patience, the chart says prove it above $1.86, and the year-end targets say $1 to $1.60 if the market cooperates, $2 only if we catch a proper Q4 tailwind. I'm watching $1.61 below, $1.86 and $1.01 above. Break the ceilings and ADA's December gets interesting. Not financial advice, just my read on Coinbase price, current structure, and this week's news. Where do you think ADA closes 2025? Under $1 or knocking on $2? Tell me in the comments and I'll pin an update if we flip $1.86 on a daily close. Sources: live price and ATH from Coinbase, post-crash accumulation and levels from B in crypto, recent price path and $1.61 low from TradingView, governance and Voltaire from Cardano's roadmap and explainers.